Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm Greg. Welcome to the project, the VTOL UAV project. I've decided I want to build a vertical takeoff and landing RC airplane. And I guess UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle, is the fancy word for RC airplane. Anyway, I've been watching some YouTube videos and it's really cool what's available today. You can buy these little flight controllers with software that's completely open source. Allow you to take off a drone, convert to an airplane, fly it around, convert back to drone mode and land. So that's what I want to do. So I've started by collecting some material. A little bit of running around town. Went down to Home Depot and bought this pack here of styrofoam for 12 bucks. I think I can make the wings and the fuselage out of this. Got some nichrome wire coming from Amazon. That should be here today. I bought this piece of foam board right here from the stationery store. Cost me a $1.99. Figured I could use that to make the tail services out of. Back when my kids were little, I used to make these little foamy airplanes. And so I've got a dusty old transmitter here. Fly Sky, found a little tube here, aluminum tube. Figure I could use that in the tail boom assembly. Got some motors. I'm not sure what these are. I'll have to look at those, see if those will work. Got some little servos. Bought me a brand new roll of PETG 3D printer plastic. Throw some of this stuff together and see if we can get this to take off and land. Let's jump onto the internet and see if we can find a aircraft plan form that we can copy. Like I said, all of this has been done before. We're just going to find something, put it into CAD, and make our own version of it. All right, well, let's look at the internet and see if we can find an airplane that we can copy. So first, let's take a look at the ViewPro Falcon 390. This is an example of a UAV that is a combination of a four-rotor drone and a pusher aircraft. I'm sure this works really well, but it seems rather inefficient to me. In my application, I only want to use the drone mode to get it up off the ground, vertical takeoff mode, and then when the flight's over, vertical landing mode to land it. Most of the time, I think, I'll spend in the aircraft mode. And with those four rotors and their associated motors, ESCs, wiring, etc., I'm wasting a lot of weight carrying them around and not using them. Plus, I think it looks a little silly. And one of my main design criteria is that the aircraft looks cool. This is another Chinese UAV called the Sky Whale. I'm not sure who came up with that name. Let's not spend any more time on this one. I decided I don't want an aircraft with 5 motors and only one of them being used in forward flight. This is the Aerodynamics XP4 with its trans wing. I think it scores off the chart in the cool looking department, but I'm not going to go this route either for my first attempt at VTOL. I'd sure like to build one of these one day, kind of as a scale model. I think it would be a really interesting engineering challenge to get this to work, but I think the wing linkage makes it overly complex. Let's turn our attention to a few examples of what I think we do want to build.
Exercise, you're definitely going to get a good workout.
That's one of my wife's videos. God, I hate editing. This is the Ateron VTOL. It uses 3 motors for vertical takeoff and landing, like a tricopter, and then uses 2 of them for forward flight. And this is one of my favorite, the OMP Hobby Zemo VTOL drone/plane. Takes off and lands as a tricopter and then flies as a twin-engine airplane. This one's a little large for my first attempt, but I think this is the plan form I'm shooting for. And finally, this is the He-Wing T1 Ranger VTOL kit. This one ticks all of the boxes for me. Takes off and lands as a tricopter and flies as a twin-engine RC airplane. It's small, meaning it uses small motors, servos, batteries, and I think should be straightforward to make, which is important because I'll probably go through a lot of wings and tail surfaces learning how to program and fly this thing. Another reason I think that He-Wing T1 Ranger VTOL is a good fit for a built-from-scratch plane is there's a lot of 3D printed parts available free for download from Thingiverse. I'm going to download these models and integrate them into my design. Okay, so what's the first step, you ask? For me, it's to get some 3D views of the aircraft, in our case, the T1 Ranger, load them into my CAD program, scale them, and then lay out parts on top of the images. So for example, this is how I would do the horizontal stabilizer. Basically just laying out a few lines in the CAD program and extruding them to match my 3/16 inch thick foam board. I'm not going to get too caught up in accuracy. If I'm a millimeter long here or centimeter short there, I'm sure it'll fly fine. All right, that's a great start. We've got the first part designed, our horizontal stabilizer. All right, I think we made a great start on our VTOL UAV project. We've set our primary goals. We want to design a small radio-controlled airplane that takes off like a drone, flies like an airplane, and lands back like a drone. And it's got to look cool. We decided rubber banding a drone on the top of an RC airplane is not going to cut it. We selected the plan form. We designed a jingle for the channel. Oh, wait, we didn't do that. We selected the plan form, which is the same as the OMP Hobby VTOL, that's a cool plane, or the He-Wing Ranger VTOL airplane. I think you should go out and buy one of those and then compare how it flies to what we end up with here. I'm not sponsored, by the way. As a matter of fact, I have 0 sponsors. I also have 0 subscribers, so how you're watching this, I'm not sure how that works. Okay, next time we're going to design and build the tail assembly. Includes a horizontal, vertical tail, the tail boom, the little servo that's buried in there, and we're going to decide on what flight controller we're going to use. All right, I'm Greg. Thanks for visiting the VTOL UAV project. Until next time, take care.